praja. As the king is, that way the praja will be. So if the king is a devotee, the praja is likely to be devotee. If the king is not good, then there will be no control on the this, right? Like in England there is monarchy, and we have been hearing since long time what kind of affairs the royal people have, right? Not now, but from King Victoria's time. About character there is a question mark. About the waste of money that they do, there is a question mark, right? So that is the point. So here Prabhupada in the purport is quoting a shloka from the Brahma Samhita. Prabhupada says, Yat chakshuresha savita sakala grahanam raja samasta suramurti rashesha teja yasya gaya brahmati sambrita kala chakro govindamadi purusham tamam bhajami. So it says that Lord Brahma said that Krishna or Govinda, who is the original person and under whose order the sun, which is the king of all planets, is assuming immense power and heat. The sun represents the eyes of the Lord and traverses its orbit in obedience to his order. So here, why is this quoted? Because Vivaswan is the Adhipati Devata of sun, and Vivaswan has been given the knowledge first. Imam Vivaswati Yogam. Uktavan aham avyayam. Vivaswana manve praha. Vivaswan gave it to Manu. Manu Ikshvakave, and then he gave it to Ikshvaku, from whom Lord Ram comes. It is the dynasty of Ikshvaku. And then in Shloka, it is explained. What happened after that? It came down. Imam Vivas, Krishna gave it to Vivaswan. Vivasvanur Ikshvakave, he gave it to Ikshvaku. And then what happened? Evam parampara praptam, everyone can refer. Evam parampara praptam imam rajarasho viduhu sa kale neha mahata yogo nashta parantapa. In this parampara of the Rajarishis, evam parampara praptam imam rajarasho viduhu. So the supreme science was thus received through the chain of disciplic succession by saintly kings, Rajarishis, and it was understood properly. But what happened? So, Kale Neha Mahata, in the course of time depletes everything. All good things go away with time, right? Even gold loses its luster, silver loses its luster, diamonds need to be polished because they also get coated with so many things. People become old and die. Trees become old, grow, but afterwards they dwindle and die. So, in some cases, for some time, because of time, things blossom. But over a long period of time, everything goes down. So, imam vivas evam parampara praptam imam rajarasho viduhu. So, kale neha mahata. By the effect of kala, yogo nashta parantapa. This succession or this was lost, right? It appeared to be lost because knowledge is always there because Krishna is keeping the knowledge. It appeared to be lost. So here it is very clearly said, that the Gita is especially meant for the saintly kings, for kings. In the olden times, there were hours, there were certain hours that the king would keep standby for hearing, like 3 hours, 4 hours a day. The king would listen to the Shastras, the qualified Brahmanas, the sannyasis, they would come and they would explain the king, and that would guide the king to take decision, right? Okay. So then the third shloka comes. So what happened afterwards? Krishna gave the knowledge to everyone. It came down in parampara. It broke. That is the first 2 shlokas. So then he says third, the knowledge is lost. It appears to be lost. But now what he's saying? Sa evayam maya tedhya yogo prokta puratana bhakti me sakhati etat uttamam. That Sa evayam maya, sa is that same ancient knowledge. Maya is I. Tedhya, that I am giving it to you. What? Yoga prokta, that ancient knowledge, Arjun, I am giving it to you. I am giving it to you. Why? Bhaktosi me sakha cheti. Because you are by bhakta and you are my sakha. Bhaktosi me sakha cheti. That relationship with the Supreme Lord is key to you. Why? Devotee as well as my friend. Therefore, you can understand the transcendental mystery of this science. So, just being a Pandit of Sanskrit, knowing is qualification for understanding or any Vedic knowledge. Only a person who surrendered unto the Lord, to the Guru Parampara, hmm, such a person only can gain this knowledge and he can understand. Therefore, he is saying Rahasyam etaduttamam. It is the secret. And even at the last, Krishna is wrapping up his Sandesh on Bhagavad Gita. What does Krishna say? He repeats this question, this what do you say, word or this concept of rahasyam. What does Krishna say? Iti te jnanam maya vimrishetat asheshena yatha ichchasi tatha. That I have given you the conversation. Now you take it, ruminate on it, and after ruminating, you can decide what you want to do. It is not that because I am giving you the knowledge, you have to listen to me, have to do as I am telling you. No, necessary, right? So now we come to the fourth shloka. It says, now Arjuna is, now three shlokas Krishna has spoken. Krishna has told, I have given this knowledge to Vivaswan, Manu, Ikshvaku, then that got lost. Then I am giving it to you today. Now Arjuna has a very, very logical question here. And Arjuna says, Arjuna Vacha. अपरम भवतो जन्म परम जन्म विवस्वतः कथम एतद् विजानीयं तमादो प्रोक्तवानमिति. You and I are cousins, and approximately the age of Arjuna and Krishna at the time of the battlefield of Kurukshetra was around 125 years. And both are the same. Their age is not much difference is not there. Around both are the same age. So Arjuna is asking that Vivaswan lived millions and millions of years ago. Vivaswan is senior to you by birth. How am I to understand that in the beginning you instructed science to him? Means his age today, Vivaswan is millions of years old. And you and me are like 125 years. Then how is it that you gave that knowledge to him? Right? Now, what is the to understand in this, that Arjuna is asking a question and Krishna is appreciating it. He is not saying, I am God, I am telling you, why are you asking? No. If you observe, most of our Shastras or almost all of our Shastras is in the form of question answers. Bhagavad Gita is question answers. Srimad Bhagavatam is question answers. Why Garuda Purana is question answers? Because someone is asking someone to tell. We read Ekadashi Mahatmya, that is also question answers, right? That, Yudhishthir Maharaj asked Krishna and so on and so forth it goes, right? So asking questions is not a problem, but they should be asked submissively, with surrender and with inquisitiveness, right? With submissively they should be asked, hey, why, how you're telling lies? No, that is not correct. Then submissively, then with surrender, that yeah, there is a person who knows more than me, I have to ask because I want to know. And I is inquisitive. We should be inquisitive to know. Jidnyasa it is called in Sanskrit. Okay. So then Krishna is answering in the fifth shloka to Arjuna. What does Krishna say? Shri Bhagavano Vacha Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tavacha Arjuna tani aham veda sarvani natvam vette parantapa. So he says that Bahuni me vyatitani. Bahu means many. Bahuni me. Bahuni me vyatitani. I have spent. Janmani. I have spent many janma. Tava Arjuna, you also have. Tani aham veda sarvani. Natvam, but I remember all my births, but you do not remember. Natvam vetta parantapa. Vetta means knower. So both I and you have taken many births, but you cannot remember them, but I can remember everything. That means Krishna is telling him that in one of my previous incarnations, I have given this knowledge to Vivaswan. And here in the purport, Prabhupada again quotes from the Brahma Samhita, 5th chapter, 33rd verse. He says, Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Anantarupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayauvanam Cha Vedeshu Durlabham Adurlabham Atma Bhakto Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So he says that Krishna is what? I worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda, who is the original person, absolute, infallible. without beginning, although expanded into unlimited forms, still the same original, the oldest, and the person always appearing as a fresh youth. Such eternal, blissful, all knowing forms of the Lord are usually understood by the best Vedic scholars, but they are always manifest to pure, unalloyed devotees. Right? So that's the point that Krishna is telling Arjuna that I have given this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita to Vivaswan, to Sun God, many generations, many generations back, millions of years back, in my previous incarnation. Right? Then Krishna continues and he explains his birth. Then what does he say? Ajopi san avyayatma bhutanam ishwaropi san prakritim swamadhishtaya sambhavaya atmamayaya. He says, although I am unborn, ajopi san avyayatma. Aja means unborn. Although I am unborn, api means although, but and my transcendental body never deteriorates. His body never deteriorates. He doesn't become old. You will never find a photo of Krishna with which is old. No, he's always 16 years old. And although I am the Lord of all the sentient beings, I still appear in every millennium in my original transcendental form. So he's saying that he's explaining now that how I can do that. I told you that I did it. But he's now substantiating what he's saying. Krishna is simply not saying, oh, I am like this. No, he's substantiating. What he's saying, that in one of my previous incarnations, I gave this knowledge, and I, being God, can remember everything, but you cannot. Natvam vitte parantapa. And then he's saying that although I'm unborn and my body never deteriorates, and I'm the Lord of all sentient beings, but I still appear in every millennium in my original transcendental form. So that is what Krishna has explained here. Ajopi san avyatma bhutanam ishwaropi san prakritim swamadhishtaya sambhavaya atmamayaya. Then in the seventh shloka, what is Krishna saying? Now he's explaining what he said in the previous shloka, that I come every millennium. Then he says, why do I come every millennium? What is he saying? Yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharata, and a predominant rise of religion, at that time I descend. So he is telling when I come. Like for many people, this is one of the famous shlokas of Bhagavad Gita, or most important. But we should all understand as devotees, in every word in the Bhagavad Gita which is spoken by Krishna is always pure and important. But if we have to really choose the important shloka, we have to choose Sarva Dharman Parityajya. Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja, 18.66. Why? Because there Krishna is talking about his giving his mercy. Right? So in the seventh, Krishna has explained why he is coming. Right? And when he is coming. Well, that whenever there is decline in religious practice and predominant rise in irreligion, then I come. So one question will come to us is that even today there is so much of irreligion going on. So why not Krishna comes? So there are two answers to that. One thing is that, whenever Krishna has appeared, there was much more irreligion than today in one way. Like there was Ravan, Ram had to come. There was Kamsa. He was killing children. He was killing Brahmanas. He was destroying Yargyas. He was overtaxing honest and innocent people. Someone's phone needs to be muted, please. Okay. So now Krishna says in the 8th shloka, what is he coming for? He says, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkrutam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. In what is it? Paritranaya sadhunam, to deliver the pious, vinashaya cha dushkrutam, to annihilate the miscreants, to destroy the miscreants, and dharma samsthapanarthaya, to re-establish the principles of religion. I advent myself millennium after millennium. Right? So Krishna will come again and again. So in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, the principle of incarnation of Krishna coming is very nicely captured in that Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, who's a writer of Chaitanya Charitamrita, writes सृष्टि हेतु यही मूर्ति प्रपंचे अवतारे, सही ईश्वर मूर्ति अवतार नाम धरे, मायातीत परव्योम सर्व अवस्थान, विश्वे अवतारधारी अवतार नाम. So what it means? It says that the avatar or incarnation of Godhead descends from the kingdom of God for material manifestation, and the particular form of the personality of Godhead who so descends is called avatar. Such avatars are situated in the spiritual world, the kingdom of God. When they descend to the material creation, they assume the name avatar, because avatar means coming down. Now we should know that avatars are also of different time. Purusha avatar, Guna avatar, Lila avatar, Shaktyavesh avatar, Manvantar avatar, Yuga avatar. So there are different types. We will discuss details about it some other time. So then Krishna is continuing. Then what he says? Now he's explaining about his birth and activities. So he says, Janma karma chame divyam evam yo vetti tatvata tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mamye pisorjuna. So he's saying, Janma karma chame divyam. One who understands that my janma and my karma both are divya. Janma karma cha me divyam. Both janma and cha means also karma cha me. One who understands that my birth and my activities are divya, evam yo veti tatvata. One who understands it. Tyaktva deham. When he leaves this body, punarjanma naiti. He doesn't have to take birth again. What happens? Mameti sorjuna. He comes to me. So even in this lifetime, if we can chant Hare Krishna and we can realize that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, his janma and karma, his birth and activities, his appearance and his activities are transcendental, they are divya. What will happen? After leaving this body, tyaktva deham, punarjanma. He doesn't have to take punarjanma. Why? Because when we take janma, what happens? If we are in the cycle of birth and death, punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janari jathare shayanam, ye samsare bahudushtare kripaya pare pahi murare. The Shankaracharya says, I am trapped in this cycle of birth and death. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. Again and again I have to take birth, again and again I have to die. Taking birth is painful, death is painful, and in between that there is disease and old age. So punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jatrashanam. Again you have to go back and stay in the mother's womb, which is so painful. It is not a very comfortable place to stay there. Punarapi janani jatre shayanam, yahi samsare bahudushtare. Kripaya pare pahi murare. So Lord Govinda, Murari, please save me. Having said that, Krishna moves on and he says, Vita raga bhaya krodha man maya mam upashritaha bahavo jnana tapasa uta mad bhavamagataha. Being freed from what? Vita raga bhaya krodha. Vita means being freed from. Raga is attachment. Bhaya. Vita raga bhaya krodha. Bhaya is fear. Krodha is anger. Man is mind. And man maya mam upashritaha. And one who fully absorbs in me and takes refuge in me, he gets purified. And many people in the past have got purified by doing so. So being freed from attachment, fear and anger, being fully absorbed in me and taking refuge in me, many persons in the past became purified by knowledge of me. And thus they all attained transcendental love. Vitaraga bhaya krodha manmaya mamupashita bhavo jnana tapasa puta mad bhavamagata. In the Bhakti Rasamrut Sindhu, there is a very nice shloka which gives the link of how one graduates in bhakti. Once we come to bhakti, then slowly we move up. We take one step by other. So what is the first step? Adau Shraddha. We have some faith because of some piety, by some punya. We have some Shraddha because of some Bhakti Urmukh Sukruti. So Adau Shraddha. Then next step is Tatha Sadhu Sangha. Then association of the sadhus. Bhajana Kriya, you start chanting. Then because of that, what happens? Tatho Anartha Nivritti. All the anarthas, the six vices in our heart, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, they start coming out. Syat tatha nishtha. Then one comes to the, after anartha nivritti, one comes to the stage of nishtha. Then he comes to ruchi. After ruchi, he comes to asakti. Then he comes to bhava. Then he comes to prema. And that is the ultimate destination or the highest level in bhakti that a person can attain. Right. So then we move on to shloka number 11. Very important shloka. We all should very carefully hear this. If we all hear this and understand and follow this, today's class is successful for all of us, for you and me. Krishna says in the 11th shloka of the 4th chapter, Yo yatha mam prapadyante tam tathaiva bhajamyaham. Mama vartamanu vartante manushya partha sarvashaha. All of them, as they surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects, O son of Pritha. So the way you surrender to Krishna, that is the way he reciprocates. If we do Chingugiri, we do Kanjuspana, Krishna will be Kanjus. If we are openly doing for Krishna, then Krishna will also give us openly with both hands. You know, he can give unlimitedly, we cannot take. And when he takes away also, you know, we have only two hands, he has many. Right? Fine. So there is a very beautiful verse. It says, Akama sarvakamo va moksha kama udaradi. Tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusham param. It says now whether one has come without desire, akama, sarvakamarva, or he has come with all desires, all kind of fruitive desires to bhakti. Huh? Or then he says moksha kama vidaradi. It means he has come for attaining moksha to the path of bhakti. Whatever reason one has come, for chappal chori also, one should with all efforts try to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead for complete perfection. Now that you have come, Tivrena Bhakti Yogena, Yajeta Purusha Param. So that is what is explained. So we go to the next shloka, that is shloka number 12, which according to Mataji we had done it. So it says, Kankshata Karmana Siddhim Ajante Iha Devata Shipram Hi Manushye Loke Siddhir Bhavati Karmaja. Men in this world desire success in fruitive activities and therefore they worship the demigods. Quickly, of course, men get results from fruitive work in this world. So Krishna is saying what? That people go to steep places. You know why? You tell someone to come chant Hare Krishna, what I'll get? You will get nothing. Then they don't want to come. But they want to go to the devatas. But we should know that these devatas are in turn empowered by Krishna, and that is how they can give us the boons that they will give. But ultimately, we should know that the devatas can only give material boons. Mukti only Krishna can give. And then Krishna comes to the 13th shloka. Chaturvarnam maya srishtam gunakarma vibhagashah tasya kartaram apimam vidhi akartaram avyayam. He says Chaturvarnam, the four. Chatur is Chatur, four. Chaturvarnam maya srishtam. I have created the four varna. How? Based on guna karma vibhagashah. How is it divided? Based on guna, that is quality, and karma, vibhagashah. Then tasya kartaram apimam. But having done that, having created, having divided, apimam vidhi akartaram avim. I am not bound by that. I am the non-doer in the whole thing. Right? I am the non-doer in the whole thing. So I'll translate. According to three modes of material nature and the work ascribed to them, the four divisions of human society were created by me. And although I am the creator of this system, you should know that I am yet the non-doer, being unchangeable. So Krishna has created the four varnas of Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, but he is not anything in that. He doesn't come in that. Okay, for the purpose of Shastrik, this we put the thread, the sacred thread, Janev to Lord and everything. But that doesn't bring him down to become a Brahman, right? He is transcendental to being a Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. So I guess we had completed 13th shloka also last time. Damodar Prabhu, how much more time we have? How many minutes more?
1 minute.
1 minute.
1 minute.
Okay. So I just read the 14th slok. I am sure 13th we had done last time. So 14th we will read and then we will take this next week, next time when we meet. Tomorrow is Wednesday, so we'll have reading. So on Thursday we will take it. So but I'll read it till the meeting gets over. So 14th, Namam karmani limpyanti, name karma phala spruha, iti mam yobi janati, karmabhir sachana badhya, karmabhir nasa badhyate. There is no work that affects me, nor do I aspire for the fruits of action. One who understands this truth about me also does not become entangled in the fruitive reactions of work. So I'll read the purport till the meeting gets over because there is time. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. As there are constitutional laws in the material world stating that the king can do no wrong or that the king is not subject to the state laws, similarly, the Lord, although he is the creator of this material world, is not affected by the activities of the material world. He creates and remains aloof from the criteria, whereas the living entities are entangled in fruitive results of material activities because of their propensity for lording it over material resources. The proprietor of an establishment is not responsible for the right and wrong activities of the workers, but the workers are themselves responsible. The living entities